Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 349 of the Fret Talk podcast. Are we out of the Gibson years yet? We're not, because we like 355 is one, isn't it? We got that. Is 349 one? I have a feeling it probably is.
Well, there's a 339 in there, so you'd expect them to have had one.
Right, this is a quick sneaky bit of Googling while I mentioned the podcast. So it's 349 of the Fret Talk podcast.
Yeah, it looks like it is 339 body with the 345 switching options.
Ah, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think that was just a thing anyway, but yes.
This is the small body with like mental switching systems of the podcast world. You're joined here by your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. I mean, we're about probably 6 episodes away from not being able to do this joke again. So, like, for those who are bored of it, just 6 episodes more, and then it will be gone forever. But you're here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, and of course, you are here with not Dave. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
He is, of course, Mr. Matt Quine. Once again, being struck by the fact that we can add our own little names at the bottom of our streaming service now. Josh usually goes with a little look. What was it? The London, the Matt Berry show. He went with one of them.
I don't know what it was, because I did. Yeah, the last time I was on it, he did one of them, but I don't know what it was, because whatever the show he was on about, I'd never watched it.
No, and by the like very, very cool response that he got back from the audience, I don't think anyone else did either. So it's okay. We don't have to suffer with that this week. You just get your standard.
Don't worry. Just to let you know, the 359 is also a thing. So we've got at least 10 more weeks of this.
Hey, get in. And I'm sure if we keep going up 363, there'll be like a 366. Surely there's gotta be. Surely we missed out on 333 as well. So like we've got to have a supplementary episode. So maybe like, I don't know, 357 will have as our unofficial 333 episode. Just like the bus replacement rail service of the podcast world. That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, this week's podcast is sponsored by Affordable, the awesome people at Affordable. They bring you pedals from great companies such as Demon Effects, JSFX, Mosky, Joyo, 4D, K-Line, Nux, Moval, and Cord at amazing prices. Following JSA on the old socials this week, he may be doing a new run of the Dumblemore, which is, like, you may be able to guess it just by hearing the name, but is a very boutique flavoured pedal. I think I've still got Mr. Ben Fletcher's up here somewhere. This one here is the Dumblemore. This is mainly for Matt, because you guys can't see this is an audio podcast, but I will return that at some point, because I'm like just a horrible friend here that I just like pilfer gear. Josh had to go about this as well. I kept hold of his EHX Octavix for about 6 months. Oh, terrible.
Oh dear.
So the issue is that I have the attention span of a puppy, so it will be very much like moving on to the next thing, and also I'm an incredibly busy guy. Like you guys know this, but like I essentially like single-handedly produce and publish the podcasts. Like I do the write-ups for them as well, which, I mean, doesn't take a vast amount of time, as you can probably tell by the fact that we don't research anything. But I do that. I also like run my YouTube channel. I run a lot of the behind the scenes for the Pedal Boards of Doom YouTube channel as well, and like run about 4 more social medias across the board as well. It doesn't leave me with a lot of time, so I'm constantly cramming my free moments with like content creative moments, which means that I don't have an evening where I go, oh, I'm up to nothing this evening, I'll just go drop that pedal down to Josh. So sorry, bud. But yeah, so JSA Dumblemore, the issue was that there were 2 components within the Dumblemore that became very scarce, and they have suddenly. So it was the diodes, and it was a what was it, like a chip of some description, I assume like an op amp. So the op amp was really become really scarce. And the diodes, like I think the germanium diodes, the MA1, like, don't quote me on it, but
yeah, you're just saying words now.
Yeah, sorry, I am getting a little bit.
I know they're things, yeah. But
like the unicorn piss diodes. Like he's suddenly got a new batch of those and has found a new supplier that do the op amps. So he's in business. So you might be seeing, just as a quick hint, you might be seeing some more JSA. Well, you might be actually seeing some JSA Dumblemores on Affordable if that does happen. So like, watch out for that. I don't think I've even done the rest of the sponsored segment here about the UK company with all their stock ready to ship in fantastic recyclable packaging, and how you should check them out at affordable.co.uk. Yeah, there we go. That's the proper bit. There we go. But yeah, that's the thing. Also, I may have been in receipt of a package today, and in that package is all of those pedals that were teased on the Affordable socials over the last couple of weeks, like the cheeky like lawsuity pedals. So
yeah, I think the 2020s is the 1980s Japanese lawsuit model of the pedal world. Like, we didn't really get proper fake Chinese copies until around about 2020. Was that when like we started to get like the Hammerite what was the Analog Man clones from Dumble that were like just exactly the same as the pedal, just with a slightly different word on? They didn't really kind of exist until the last few years, did they? Like, we didn't get like copies that were that direct in like 2010s or so.
Yeah, people were looking at the Moors and how they were very, very similar. Like the Tube Screamer clone that had like the little piping around it and was in the exact green. And we're going, oh, that's a bit close. And then Demon Effects basically waltzed in and said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
So
like, it's not close at all. Get back in your box.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you should say that, actually. I was thinking about that. Like, the fact that in the 70s, there was a spate of these companies, like Ibanez, who released basically, like, bang-on copies of, like, American-made instruments. And, like, they got in trouble for it, don't get me wrong. But then from that, like, 10 years later, they started producing their own things, and now Ibanez are not one of the big three.
Amazing.
But they're like the next tier down. Like, they are an absolute mainstay within the kind of guitar community, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that that there is a big two, and then everybody else is either in the Ibanez level. Like, I don't see PR. I assume you're saying PRS is 3?
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
I would say Ibanez is as big as PRS, if not bigger.
Yeah, no.
Would be my argument.
I could go with that. Like I say, that's a train of thought that makes sense. So,
yeah, like I think Fender and Gibson are way out in front.
Yeah,
like, PRS want to be in that bracket, but I just don't think they are. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I've not looked at the kind of the sales, but you're probably right. You are probably right. Like it's very good marketing on PRS's behalf if I'm thinking of them as the third in the big two.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, maybe, like, the Demon Effect stuff, to a certain point, some of them are really, really cutting pretty close to the bone. But,
yeah,
like, in 10 years, 20 years, are we going to be looking at Demon Effects as, like, that next level down from, like, Boss and MXR and these kind of people? I don't know. It's interesting thought, isn't it? It's an interesting thing to think about.
It is.
Because, like, I don't think anyone's holding on to that, like, the grudges of the 70s where, like, Ibanez were full on, like, Ibanez Takai as well, full on.
Yeah.
Plagiarism, basically. Like, full plagiarism.
Yeah, basically the only thing they didn't do was copy the logo with the right letters.
Yeah, exactly that. But they he even had like the open book headstocks as well, and yeah, they got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
but they've come out of it, and actually, some of those lawsuit model Ibanez's are seen as some of the best they've ever made. So,
yeah,
and in fact, they were. The reason why the two big companies were alerted to them because they were actually doing some instruments that were rivaling their quality. So, you know.
Yeah.
But that's by the by. It's just something to ponder. I'm not sitting either side of the fence here. I'm just having a little think out loud. But what we do usually at the start of these podcasts is we do a bit of shit news. Don't know why I went all West Country there, but we do a bit of shit news. And I'm gonna preface this week and say I found it really tough to get some shit news this week because actually all of the news this week is above the level that I would use, like above the threshold that I would say for shit. So I'm going to caveat this one. We have got. Yeah, carry on.
I was just going to say that there is one glaring thing that's different about this week than any of the other weeks this year, and that is there's no release from Gibson or Epiphone.
I mean, this is true. And
not that I'm saying that they automatically get that slot. I'm just suggesting that it's interesting that the week we struggle to find the shit news of the week coincides with no releases from Gibson or Epiphone.
Yeah. Usually Fender pick up the slack of those weeks. But,
sorry, I didn't realise that was on.
It's all right. We're keeping that in. So, yeah, usually Fender will pick up the slack. They've got Gibson's back on this. I think they're working together in tandem to really dominate that top spot of shit news. Fender this week, though, released a series of sandblasted, made in Japan, like Strat Tele. I think there's some form of bass and maybe a Jazzmaster as well. Yeah. Oh no, it's only the three. Tele, Strat, and Jazz Bass. And we're not reporting on those this week. That is as much as you get out of them because actually they look pretty fucking rad. So they're not the shit news. Because I couldn't do it. they look really similar to the light ash Strat and Telly from the like I'm gonna say mid 2000s. What I actually mean is 2001. I'm sure. And they
I mean, it's pretty safe to say that when you say mid 2000s, it's usually late 90s to 2001.
yeah. Like, just read between the lines, listener. I don't want to admit that I'm that old. So they look very similar to those light ash Strat and Telly, and they were banging. They were so good that Fender stopped doing them because they were undercutting the rest of their catalogue. So, yeah. We can't say that they're shit news for this week. Like, massive asterisk behind this one that it's not a shit product, it's not shit news, but something has to sit there. So this week it unfortunately goes to Boss. And it goes to Boss because they released a bass product, like a multi-effects bass thing. So just by virtue of being for not guitarists, it is the shit news.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
have it with a bit of I'm sorry here, Boss, because it's legitimately. I listened to a demo of this, and it sounds really good.
Yeah. The other thing is obviously we remember that. So we're talking about the ME. Is it ME 90B?
That is the ME 90B.
So we remember like the Boss ME 50B, which I think was about £200 new.
Yeah,
and I'm just thinking that this is just like a modern one of them, so this should also be £200 new, and it's not. And I know that is an unreasonable thing to think about a multi effects with so many different effects in. That I think I haven't looked at this because I'm lazy and don't do any research for the podcast. But if it's anything like the guitar one, it has like amp sim ish in there, as well as like the effects. So like as an all-in-one solution, like it's not unreasonable to charge what they're charging. Like it's not unreasonable at all. But in my head, it should be £200 because that's what they were in like 2005.
Yes. We need to let that go, basically, is the issue. There's going to be a little bit of that later on as well, with a certain Black Star release if we do get through to it. We need to let it go. We need to let old prices go and just
stop judging everything on our childhood.
Yeah, basically. And it's very difficult. I mean, it's the theme of this podcast going from the first one, really, isn't it? But we are here. So yeah, the aired technology is what you were talking about, with like the preamps and whatnot. I think that's the technology that's used in the GT as well, like the GT Core, the GT 1000. I think they've moved over to that. It's from the Cosm engine, which was the one before. It's basically like their modelling. It sounds quite good, I've been told. They've also got like 61 effects in with it, and a looper with 38 seconds of memory, more than I have. So like we're all good. It's like,
is that so that you can like, because bassists only play like the root notes, is that so they can do that at the start of the song and then go to the bar and buy everyone else a drink?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. You do 38 seconds will get you through a verse and a chorus, and then the only time you need to come back is when the middle eight comes in. Yeah, it sounds ideal. We've got stereo outputs by the look of it. Yeah, we've got an effects loop, phones in. And you've got a balanced out as well, like an XLR out. So this is it's fully featured. It really is. I
mean, I'm sure it's great as well. Like I had an ME 80 for a while, just because it was an easy to throw in my cable box and go, okay, if everything shits the bed tonight, I can plug this in, and it won't be as good as I want it to be, but it'll be enough to get me through a gig.
Yeah.
So I had one of those for a couple of years, and they were great. And this is obviously just the bass version and the more modern one, because they did the ME90 last year, didn't they? For guitar.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. It moved slightly to a slightly more space agey looking unit, whereas this looks like the old one.
Does it? I mean, I prefer the look of the old ones. Like, it's to me, the multi effects should look like that with all of the knobs and like be a multi effects like that. I think the Boss multi effects were always the ones that I was drawn towards, because there wasn't a massive LED screen, and therefore I knew there was going to be no menus and everything was written on a knob.
Yeah. I'm just having a look through what they've got, and it seems really, really quite thorough. So you've got a preamp section with EQ, which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different, 10 different EQs. Sorry, 10 different preamps, from an acoustic all the way to like a neutral one, and like studio tube, silver tube, solid states. Yeah, dark drive, so like dark glass kind of style with a 5-band EQ here. No, sorry, 4-band. So we've got bass, middle, mid frequency, and treble. Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, it's got loads. But then you've got like a effects one, which is compressions, octave, and pitch shifters as well. And then there's an entire section that's set aside for filter. So
yeah,
to make the like crazy, like filter based kind of tones. So yeah, so good. And then you've got delay and reverb, which you really shouldn't be using on the bass, but like, that's just me, isn't it? Drive section, mod section, and a blend as well, which is so good for a bass pedal. Just having the ability to not lose
a clean blend. Yeah.
Because like if you're using like the muff fuzz on this, then
you need some clean signal, because otherwise you're not being heard.
Yeah. Good luck to all your bass frequencies. Because
the other thing I really like about these, and it's the same as on the guitar one, is where you've got your compressor. Obviously, for guitar, it doesn't matter if you can't have whatever's in the compressor box on at the same time as a compressor, because you wouldn't use it. But for a bass, you need compression. But although the octaves are in that same bank, you also got octaves on the treadle as well. Yeah. So you can set your treadle to 2 octaves down if you wanted like a lower octave, and still have your compression on, and just push the treadle as an extra button, and you've got the ability then to have your octaves again.
Yeah, or you can set the treadle pedal to be the blend. That's cool. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I mean, for like considering this is the shit news of this week, we're certainly giving it some fellatio, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's too expensive, because it should be 200 quid is how much it should be, which is ridiculous and not true at all.
No, it's not.
But
look,
in my head,
it's 348 quid, which by today's standards, that's cheaper than it should be.
Yeah, like if I was going to decide to like give up guitar and pick up the bass, I would probably buy a cheap bass in one of these, and I'm pretty sure that would do it. And to be fair, like if I ever need a bass for anything, if I ever bother doing any of my own recording, which I just don't, but like if you ever need or want to play some bass at home for thing, like this would cover everything that you ever need. And I bet you it sounds good enough that you could just run straight out of it XLR into a desk.
Yeah, almost certainly. And the best feature we've yet to mention, it's got USB-C. Hats off to Boss for coming slap bang into the whatever century we're in now. I don't even know. 21st, 23rd, let's say. They're in the future with their USB-C. So I think,
I mean, compared to a lot of brands who are still using like fucking mini or micro USB.
Yeah, I like it makes me sad that a company that I love so much with TC Electronic still have products that they are releasing today that have got mini USBs on them. Like,
yeah,
can he do it?
Yeah, it's insane that anything is using anything other than USB-C in 2024. Like, why have we not just gone to that?
It should be outlawed, I think. It should be made illegal.
Yeah, they should destroy any stock of anything that isn't USB-C should be destroyed, and you're not allowed to make anything other than USB-C.
Yeah. So I think what we need to do is we need to congratulate Boss for clearly the greatest shit news of the year. Because
yeah, I mean, it's still a bass pedal, so neither of us are going to buy it, are we?
No. But yeah, it does seem pretty good. Right. Let's talk about what we've done this week. Matt, I think it's important. It's important that we talk about your glowing review of a certain thing this week, because
So last week I mentioned that I'd got the Schecter V, but I hadn't plugged it in at that point.
Yes.
And I will caveat this with the strings seem to be about 350 years old, possibly older. They might be from like the Neolithic era for all I know. So I've got to caveat it with that. But I tried it out. I set up my board and I was like, I'll throw the Friedman pedal on there because I want this for being a crazy kind of like metal. I'm not a metal player at all, but like I want to play riffs like I did when I was 15, and those were like we talked metal and new metal and like pop punk and all that kind of stuff. So I threw the Friedman on the board, and I probably lost about 3 hours to just playing riffs in like drop D or drop C sharp and just like dicking around like I would have done as a teenager, and I really enjoyed it. And I've mentioned in the group, I've actually quite enjoyed these. Is it Simon Duncan Blackouts?
I believe so, yeah.
Blackout. Yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed these Blackouts. And you were like, oh, you're a metal fan. I didn't, like Josh had said that he wasn't a big fan of them. And I had to caveat with clean or light drive, they sound like ass. But if you hide them behind the Friedman overdrive pedal with the gain most of the way up, they sound fine.
Yeah, is that they're fine. So they're not quite converted you just yet. But I mean, the fact that you're not having to switch those pickups out, which was like an expense that you were thinking was going to be the case. Like,
yeah, I mean, maybe long term. Like, if I decide that I ever want to play this guitar outside of my bedroom, then I would have to, because if I'm going to play it on stage at some point, I'm going to have to not have the Friedman pedal on because I don't play in a metal band.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's appropriate to play indie rock with the Friedman pedal with the gain up all the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if I was ever going to do that, and to be fair, like it's a nice playing guitar. It's the Chinese-made Schecter, which I thought would like maybe it wasn't, but like it's not quite as good. But I mean, it's 15 years old, so and I also paid 250 quid for it as opposed to like the what is it, the 900 quid that Nick Johnston is, and 750 quid or whatever the PT was. So like it's a lot cheaper guitar, and it like I say, it plays quite well. It's got a nice chunky neck, which I love.
Nice.
It's not. I was worried that because it was a metal looking guitar that it might have a slim neck, but it doesn't. It's got a nice chunky neck, which just great fun to kind of play those kind of riffs. Like I was even playing WWE wrestling themes from my childhood on there as well, because they're all in drop C sharp, because of course they are.
Yeah.
Because everybody was in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. It's the theme of the mid 2000s, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you've found a kind of little slice of nostalgia in the V.
Yeah.
So
no, really enjoy it. But yeah, that's basically the only times I've picked the guitars up.
Yeah.
Because the other thing, did I mention that my van got damaged on the way back? Anyway, my van's been written off, so I've been on the phone with the insurers for most of this week.
Oh.
Yeah, so it needs two new bumpers, 2 new rear doors, and a bonnet, and all of those parts are worth more than the van. So I've been on the phone with the insurers basically every night this week, trying to make sure I get the payout for that, and then having to go and buy a new car.
It's always a hassle, isn't it? Always a hassle.
It's not what you want when you're in the middle of applying for a mortgage.
yeah. Throws quite the spanner in the works there.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
It'll resolve itself.
Yeah. It'll be right. As we say. As we say here on the podcast. Right, let's talk a little bit more news, because we're doing all right for time this week. Go on. We'll do the HT, and then we'll do the big news. We'll finish on the ta-da, because otherwise it's the sad cuddle after the wet patch has already happened, isn't it?
Yeah, go on then.
So okay, we'll talk about the Black Stars, because I am a massive fan of Black Star. As like, if you've listened to a few of these podcasts, you probably have got that. I own an HT5 still. I did have a HT40 at some point. Fantastic amp. If it wasn't so cumbersome and heavy, I'd probably be gigging that, because it was super, super reliable and sounded fantastic. By the by, about 2-3 months ago, the Mark IIIs were released, where we had the 40, the 60. It was like the stage, the venue, and like the auditorium. I don't know what they call them. But basically,
there definitely wasn't an auditorium.
No, there should be. But basically, the big ones, the ones that you'd be using if you were like seriously gigging. And then we were like, this is good, but we want to see the lower end as well, like the 1 watt, the 5 watt, and the 20 watt. Because I was complaining that 40 watt is probably still a bit too much for me. And
yeah, it was club, stage, and venue, by the way.
Yeah. And then
not venue, stage, and auditorium.
Yeah. So I was saying, I want to see the 20.
And then they had the theatre.
Yeah.
They had the theatre. And
the 200 watt. Yeah. Yeah, the amphitheatre. Oh shit.
Oh dear.
I mean, like, you've got some ideas here, Black Star. If you want to use them, just you carry on. Like, we're not going to be precious about it.
Or if there's any Chinese companies that want to make clones of these amps.
Oh, fucking hell, like Demon Effects. Yeah, like the HTT Auditorium, Amphitheatre, Coliseum. Oh,
brilliant.
Yeah. I kind of want it to happen now, just for the lols. Yeah. So like,
and all they do is rotate the grill cloth 45 degrees, so it's a different angle.
Yeah.
Use the same font and same Tolex.
Yeah. Oh, but it would be some play on Black Star or something, where maybe like, so it looks really similar to Black Star, like Black Slar or something like that, with a yeah, or Black Start, something. Yeah. Just something close enough. But yeah, they listened, and they've done the Mark III, HT1, HT5, and HT20. And they're pretty much the same as what the other ones were. The fact that they've got USB-C. Woo. They've got impulse responses in them as well. Like, so you get Let me just check, because they have actual words for this rather than me just Here we go.
Like,
Cab.
it's basically like this.
Yeah. Architect and cab rig. There you go. Is basically like you can have actual proper cab emulated out with impulse responses rather than what they used to do, which it says like simulated output, and it was just with a weird kind of mid-hump notch filter on it, which yeah, not the best. But yeah, it's the same kind of stuff that you get on Blackstar products. You've got the ISF feature. You've got two channels on the 20 with the overdrive select as well. So you get like two different voicings, and yeah, like a modern style gain and a vintage style gain. And yeah, the infinite shape feature going from like a very vintagey, mid-rangey push of the Marshall to like a tight mid-range and like scoopy kind of feel of the American sounds. Like they're very, very well voiced. Effects loops on them as well. Like Caviars, you've got 3 different options for it as well. So you've got 3 different slots for that. Power scaling down, so you got 20 down to 2 watt as well. I think it do 0.5 as well on this one, or is it just down to 2? Yeah, it's just down to 2 on that one.
Yeah, 0.5. Sorry. Annoyingly, the photo of the 20 on Thoman's website is a photo of the HT5, not of the 20. Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
That's really annoying because I'm like, I want to have a look at what the features are. And it's like, okay, I'm on the Blackstar HT20 RH Mark III. And yeah, all the photos are of a HT5.
Yeah. I mean, they've got balanced out as well. So, yeah, with the cab rig out, line out phones and then balanced as well. They're good. They are really good. The issue that I have, and it comes back to the fact that we are out of touch with reality these days. I think, like, I really think I'm justified with the 1 watt because, like, the HT1 is a really simple amplifier. They are not the best sounding amplifier, but they'll do. Like,
yeah, but you wouldn't expect the best sounding amplifier from a 1 watt head, would you?
No, you wouldn't. However, you would also not expect that to be £477. So
no, that is ridiculous.
Yes. That is too much for that amplifier.
Yeah. Like, were you saying earlier that the original was about 200 quid?
Yeah, I bought an HT1 combo, not the head, for my brother when he was learning to play guitar for £200.
Yeah, I mean, I can see a 1 watt head at 250 quid. I can't see anybody buying a 1 watt Blackstar because they are like thought of as a cheaper amp brand. They're not like, you know, they're not 2Rock or, you know, Fender Custom Shop or like Morgan or anything like that. So if you're thinking a 1 watt Blackstar, there's no way you're thinking much more than 250, 300 quid.
Yeah, especially within the HT series. They were known as like their budget amplifiers, like the budget valve line.
Yeah, it was certainly the bottom end of their valve line, wasn't it?
Yeah. So £477 is a silly price. Then it's $499 for the HT1 with the speaker. So you're only adding an extra like 30 odd quid to add a bigger enclosure and a speaker with it. That seems mental.
Yeah. I mean, just to put it in context, on Thoman's website, which is where we're getting the prices from, the Mark II HT1 is 199 quid, and the Mark II HT5 is 348 quid. So on the previous line, you could get the 5 watt head with the extra EQ control and the power scaling in a different way.
Yeah.
For £100 less.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna have to bring these prices down, I reckon. Because like realistically, if you're doing the 1 watt with the speaker for 300, I'd go, oh, it's a bit much. But like times have changed.
Yeah, you probably pay it. Yeah, like we have to, like you say, like we have to admit that prices have gone up, and you know things are more expensive now. Parts are harder to get. Shipping costs are a lot more than they used to be.
Yeah,
like I get it, but like that doesn't really justify a 225% increase.
No, not at all. I think the further up the line it gets, the more justifiable it is, because the HT20 head is 765, which for a 20 watt valve head seems kind of, seems about right.
The big problem with that, though, is everyone says that the St. James sounds much better, and a 50 watt St. James is £777.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay, yeah, go for the St. James. Don't buy this. I was annoyed that they're not doing a 20 watt combo, because I could feasibly go for a 20 watt combo. I'm not going to go for a 20 watt head. I don't want a head. Like, I've gone past that point in my life where a head and cab is the thing. I just want it all in one box, and I can take that one box places. So, like for my personal needs, I might pay £700 for an HT20 combo. Although realistically, what I should do is just go on the used market and get a Mark II HT20 combo for probably £180. Like realistically, I could do that.
Okay, it won't have some of the features that we've talked about. Like I don't think that had the proper balanced and cab emulated stuff.
It'll be
in this way.
Yeah, it won't
have like IRs
stuff.
And stuff, did it?
It won't have USB recording, like, because it works as an audio interface as well, I believe.
All
of those features are shit that I don't need, basically. So I could probably get on with that. Yeah, I might. So I think what this is telling me that I should look on the used market for an HT20. So, but yeah, it like the prices just seem a bit much. Like the HT5 combo, £758 for the HT5 combo. That's the same price as the 20, just a little bit less than the 20 head. But I do like Blackstar, so they get a pass. They could have easily been shit news of the week with this though, because it's like the pricing. Someone got real high and just started pressing numbers into a calculator and went, "That's our new pricing."
Yeah, and I think the reason that they stayed out of the shit news of the week is they're a guitar product, and both of us quite like the sound of the Blackstar amps. Yeah. And I know that that's a controversial take for some people, but I just think people are wrong. I think people, because actually that could be a thing. Like the reason they probably moved out of that lower price range is people assumed they were shit because of the price. I think a lot of people that shit on Blackstar hadn't ever tried a Blackstar because they were cheaper than what they considered the alternatives.
Yeah, and those who have tried them, I think the issue doesn't necessarily come down to the guitar. It comes down to like being able to dial the thing in. Because like I managed to get some less desirable tones out the HT40 when I got it, until I figured out how to use it.
Yeah,
because if you run the channel volumes on them really low and use the master to kind of boost your volume, you don't get the best tone out of that. Whereas if you gun the channel volumes and feather it with the master volume to where you actually need the volume, sounds amazing. And it's knowing those little tricks like having a little bit of time to work those little tricks. Yeah, it takes it from being like an amplifier that sounds shit to a really usable and really affordable amplifier, which is something we didn't necessarily get loads of. Because the alternative for like low price valve amplifiers were that or a couple of the really cheap PVs, which sounded really cheap and didn't quite give you the versatility as well. But
yeah,
hey ho, I'm going to mention some stuff that I've been up to this week. It's going to be a short one because I've not really done a lot. I've mainly been playing Fortnite, I'll be honest.
Is that because your son is playing Fortnite?
Yeah. So, fucking dad of the year here. Like, sorted out my son with the battle pass for Fortnite. And he's like, he's playing at it as much as he can. But, like, he's a kid, so his bedtime is a pretty modest bedtime. And because he's got the battle pass, he wants to unlock all of the sweet stuff. And he's not the greatest at it. Like he's having little flashes of brilliance here and there, but it's generally getting his ass whooped online. Like all good. Like he's a young kid. That's the natural order of things.
Yeah.
So like he'll go to bed and his account's on like level 65. And then he'll wake up in the morning and it's suddenly like 71. Like, oh, sweet. I've ranked up. Because daddy's putting in the hours, daddy's fragging the noobs. That's probably some sexual shit these days, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Like you're bringing back the 2004 Call of Duty lingua.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm like logging into his account, putting in a couple of hours worth of graft so that he gets the unlockables. And like, I don't have many skills in life. I can play a guitar, like I can play a little bit of guitar, like it's all good. I can edit a video or two, and I can play online games. Like I worked really hard to build up those skills when I was a teenager. So,
do you not find Fortnite really difficult though? Because I had a resurgence of FPSs probably about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and you've got to build to do well in Fortnite, and I don't like. People can build towers in like 5 seconds, and I struggle to put a fucking wall up in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
because you've got to like spin and hit buttons, and then spin and jump and hit buttons, and spin and jump and hit a different button for different. And I was just like, fucking absolutely awful.
Yeah,
just
no.
Yeah, I couldn't get to grips with it.
So I think they've probably scaled down the difficulty. I think there's a lot of bot controlled characters within kind of matchmaking. So there's like one or two people, but there's a few bots in there that are there designed to make you feel like a god because they're like pointing the gun at a wall and looking up and down and shit like that. Where, yeah, but I mean, I do none of that like building bullshit as well because, like,
yeah,
I'm old school. Like, give me a gun. Like, I usually pick up a shotgun and an assault rifle, and then fill the rest with like healing items, and then that'll do me. Like, if I'm far away, I use my assault rifle. If I'm close, I use my shotgun. Simple. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. But like the way to play it, I have found, is don't necessarily get bogged down with how we used to play when we were young, because respawns would be instantaneously. Like you'd be running around a map and blah 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 blah. I'm going to kill all the people, and then boom, I'm dead. 5 seconds later, you're back in. With Fortnite, it's about longevity.
Well, yeah, it's a battle royale, so like,
yeah,
if you die, I don't know. like this is how long it's been since. Like, is it like Call of Duty where you have a gulag to go to and then you come back and you get basically 2 lives per round as long as you die early enough, or is it like a proper battle royale where you die and you're out?
Yeah, you die, you're out. Yeah, you.
So it's a proper battle royale.
Yeah, you kicked out until the next kind of next service resumes.
You got to jump off the flying bus again.
Yeah.
Is it still a flying bus?
It is still a flying
everything
bus,
seems to have changed. Okay.
Yeah, still a flying bus. Yeah, so your main aim is basically survive as long as possible. And the easiest way to do that is just don't rock the boat. Like, go around, find yourself some weapons and whatnot. If there's firefights happening in places, just kind of sit back and watch. Let them deal with each other.
Yeah.
And
sweep it up on a third party.
Yeah. Look,
what's their week?
Yeah, you can jump in when they've been weakened, or you can just ignore it completely altogether. Let them go on their happy way. Pick up some of the weapons that have been dropped behind. Like, do that a couple of times until the sphere becomes so small that you can't avoid anyone anymore, and then just mop up the last ones. And it's a tried and true strategy, and that is how I've been managing to like rack up the first places.
Nice.
Yeah. So you just if you are playing Fortnite, please don't use my strategy. Let me win. But
I'm gonna suggest that anybody who listens to this podcast that also plays Fortnite probably is not doing so at the same time as you.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm guessing you're on Switch, are you? And most people are going to be on like either PS5 or PC or Xbox.
Yeah, it's cross-platform though, isn't it? It's one of these games.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I forgot about that. It's not like 10 years ago when I was playing online games. It's not like, oh, we've all got to sync up. What console are we buying this generation? Are we buying the Xbox or the PlayStation? You don't have to do any of that anymore, do you?
Yeah. Like when I was in college, when like I just started like sixth form, we all decided we wanted to do online gaming, and we all went out and bought Xboxes to do exactly that.
Yeah. I fell off after PS2 for about... So I got my PS2 as a Christmas present and then didn't have any consoles for about 9 years. And I basically, all my mates had Xboxes, and I was like, okay, I will find an Xbox because I've decided I want to go back to gaming, and the internet exists now.
Yeah. That's the reason we chose
That's
Xbox.
why I was at Xbox.
Because like the PS2 online service was
awful.
Well, it was a thing that didn't really exist over here. Like there weren't, you couldn't openly go out and buy the little PS2 modem. So it was something you had to source somewhere else, and that was a lot more hassle than just going into the local game shop and buying an Xbox. That was all built in.
Yeah. No, I didn't do any gaming on that generation, or online gaming on that generation. My introduction to online gaming was all my mates had an Xbox 360, so I went out and bought an Xbox 360.
Yeah, and that's how that worked. Yeah, same here. I had a 360 as well.
Yeah, and then at the next generation, everyone went, are we going for the Xbox One or are we going for the PS4? And everyone picked Xbox One and then regretted it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them that are still playing online games have bought a PS5, and I went, my PC will do most of it, and everything's cross-platform these days, so yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point I might grow up and buy a better console or do it all PC. At the moment, the Switch is fine. It's cash, and it's fine. I did want to talk about the video that I did this week and why I chose to do this video.
Oh yeah, and then I distracted you with gaming.
No,
you mentioned it.
Clearly,
you said you'd been gaming, and I asked you too many questions.
I clearly open to distractions myself. Like, this is how this works. So I've released a video on Friday that is the Nux 65 Overdrive and the Mojo. And some might think the reason for this is because like the 65 overdrive is like a vintage combo flavored overdrive, and the Mojo like allegedly is based on a Vox AC 100. So like vintage amp flavored overdrive. That is not the reason that I chose to do this. It's because both of the pedals are brown. So,
oh dear.
Yeah. I mean, I came up with a sales pitch afterwards and went like really ampy overdrives or some shit.
Yeah,
but it was basically because they were both brown pedals, and I went
brownie pedals.
Yeah, that pedal's brown. This pedal's brown. Let's fight. So,
are you going to do them both against the Rusty Fuzz next week?
Yeah. These sound nothing like each other. So that was my thought process for this one. It worked out well because they're not a million miles away from each other, and I always like shooting the Mojo out against things. So like it was fun, but yeah, just as a peek behind the curtain, brown pedal. Are we best friends?
Well, let's go with they're both based on brown face fenders. There you go. That's why they're brown.
Sure.
I don't even know whether Fender did a brown face. Is that a thing? Oh, there's a black face and a silver face. I assume there's a brown face because I think I've seen some brown faced Fenders, like brown metal bit Fenders. So I assume they're called brown faces.
Yeah. Like it's dodgy ground. It's definitely dodgy ground. But
yeah, that was me trying to cover my ass because I realised I sounded like this.
Yeah, you said the words brown face a fair fucking few times.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Tony Stark in Tropic Thunder.
Oh fucking hell, that is it. It's very good, isn't it? But you wouldn't get away with it today.
You wouldn't do it now. I mean, the people of the generation younger than us that have found out about it are up in arms about it.
Yeah. Oh, right. We've got some news. We've got some real news this week. Actually, we should probably mention this. Yes, the IK Multimedia Tonex was a pedal that was released in 2023, and it was really good. Like I've made it. I've made no secret of it that I have one. I should have done a demo on it by now. That I haven't. Again, like mentioned earlier in the podcast, like a puppy will constantly be playing with the new thing that's here rather than the things that I should be playing with. But yeah, I tried the Tonex out and genuinely really impressed me. Like in terms of the modelling, it's so organic. So it feels so much more authentic than other modelers. So I was really impressed with it from that, especially considering it's not an expensive pedal. I think they're like 350 quid for the big Tonex.
Yeah,
something along those lines. So that's a really decent deal considering you can do like multiple amp models, and they sound good. So like big Tonex, good, big thumbs up. Across the internet over the past maybe like week and a half, there's been leaks of this like Tonex, but in a mini pedal format. Like, and I thought, like, with how people were posting about it, I thought, has there been a release and I've just not, like, I've just missed out on this. So I went on IK Multimedia's website and they went Tonex, and I was like, no, not that one. I don't know about that one. Like, what's this new one? Nothing. And then this week, literally today, we are recording the podcast today, dropped the IK Multimedia Tonex 1. And it is exactly that. It's a mini pedal format. and it's basically just the full Tonex, but in a little pedal, little tiny pedal. So it looks really simple on the outside. It's got 3 controls at the top, a big control, like a big dial in the center, and it's got a little button. And this does the features that you find on the Tonex itself. So the 3 controls double up to be 6 controls when you're pressing the little button. You've got bass, gate, mid, comp, treble, reverb. So like they do those things, and then you've got volume and gain as alternates as well, which is cool. So you can basically you've got it all. The gate, comp, and reverb are the secret to getting the juiciest tones out of the amp models. If you're dialing the comp just right and the reverb just right, it sounds phenomenal.
I assume you've got to think of the compression not as a compressor pedal, but about the amount of compression that you'd get from the valve amp that you want the thing to sound like.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like the volume at which you are putting this amp. So
yeah,
if you run it low,
because
it has all of that headroom, but there's no like ampy compression.
Yeah.
Whereas actually what you want to do is you want to run it as hot as you can so that it does a bit of that kind of natural squashing of the peaks. It gives you like a really nice feedback to your playing.
Yeah, I know people are really hyped for this, and I know there's a lot of positives, but for me, putting it in a mini pedal just makes it useless. I won't use mini pedals. I hate them.
Yeah.
If you put them on a pedal board, they always fall off. It doesn't matter what you attach them to that pedal board with. They always fall off. They're not stable. If you want it on your desk, as soon as you plug a cable into it, it's falling over. If you've got a cable coming out of either side, it just twists around. They're just shit. I hate mini pedals so much.
Yeah.
If they'd have stuck this in a normal pedal size, because obviously the Tonex is in like it's a 3-button thing, right? Or at least it's as wide as a 3-button pedal.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that we see. If they'd put this in a normal size pedal, I might well finally get into at least attempting the kind of this world of plugging your computer into a pedal and making it whatever amp you want it to be. But at this side, if you gave me this, I'd throw it out the window, because it won't go on my board and it would piss me off on my desk.
Yeah.
And if I put it on the floor, every time I go anywhere near it, it'll just fall over. So I think they've really missed the mark. And also, the fucking knobs are tiny because it's on a mini pedal. If you put it on a thing, you get 4 normal size knobs on a normal size pedal, and then you can have that button as what you have it there, or you could have it as because it's an LED button, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you could have that as something else. Like if you gave yourself a bit of space, this could be the ultimate pedal. Like if you put it in the same size box as a simplifier, this would compete against the simplifier. It's a different thing, but for me, I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, because it's in a mini pedal housing and it'll just be really inconvenient all the time.
So I'm going to go from the complete opposite side of that, and I'll think that the mininess of it is its biggest selling point. Is that at this size, there is nothing that does this level of modelling at this size. I know that your feelings about mini pedals, and they're not unfounded as well. Mini pedals are unstable, but I don't think this is the kind of pedal that you'd be switching on and off all night. You'd get
but but it goes at the end of your board, and then you've got a cable coming out the side of it, and just the weight of a cable coming out the side of it and it being on the left-hand side of your board, it will fall off your board because some wind went past the cable and made it move ever so slightly.
You have very strong opinions on the mini pedals.
They're so inconvenient. Like I've fought with it for so long because I love my mini air compressor because it's a proper compressor, like that flashes and tells you when the compression's on and you don't have to hear it squashy. But I've dropped it and I just won't go back because it just kept falling off my pedal board. Despite the fact that it was like locked on with 3M, I tried a strip of 3M the entire way down it, and it putting it a long way on a rail. It didn't solve the issue. Like there's nothing you can do with them. I just hate them.
I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've got we're talking two mini pedals on my board at any given point. And I never had any problems with them coming off. They are, to be fair, they're the ones that the Velcro doesn't quite hold them on. So, like, occasionally I'll need to, like, wiggle it back onto the board where it sticks on. But in terms of, like, it not being in the right place when I go to switch it on and off and it staying for the gig, never had an issue. Yeah, I think you could even have this separate from your board and at the end of your chain, so that it's just on the floor next to it, running a complete board into this as a solution, like as a backup if your amp went wrong, running this into a desk, just perfect. And like I've been saying across the internet today, if the models in this are half as good as the ones in the full Tonex, and they're saying that they're the exact same ones, but even if the quality of these are half of that.
So, and that's the other thing I don't get. Like, I assume there are multiple different amps in this, but the only way to get to that is by plugging it in with that USB-C at the bottom. Is that right?
I'm not entirely sure of how you do it, but apparently you can have 20 different presets on the pedal. So there are 20 different slots that you can use on this. I don't know how you switch between them, because it's literally come out today and I haven't even seen any of the product demo videos. Yeah. It's not going to be a convenient thing to switch between, and I think it's got a
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need it to be, like, realistically, if you're using this live, you want 1 or 2 amp sounds, and there's a foot switch on there, which I imagine you can set it so that if you press the foot switch, it swaps between one amp and another and then back again.
Yeah. Yeah, dual mode lets you hit between 2 presets with the foot switch.
So that's the majority of people, if they want more than 1 amp sound out of it, will probably use 2 amp sounds.
Yeah, you've got a clean tone and you've got a drive tone, and then
slam the front end with a tube screamer for your lead, and you're away, aren't you?
Yeah, you're pretty much done. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited to see the possibilities with this one, because like the Tonex is fantastic, and I could easily see myself building a board around that as the core of the board. This has made it suddenly a less like a slightly less massive board.
Yeah, the other things I'm thinking of was the Tonex not the one where you'll never be able to sell it because you have to register it online? Was that the Tonex?
Yeah, yeah, but it was, and it still is. You can unregister your unit, basically. You can say, like, I no longer own a unit.
Okay.
And then
when you sell it, they can then register. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a faff. It's a bit of a faff. But
yeah, it's a faff, but it's also not the game breaker that I thought it was going to be, because when we initially talked about the original Tonex, like, I just thought I'd always stay away from it because, like, if most of my pedals at some point I'll move on if they're not going to be my like mainstays. Like all of it, or a lot of us are in that kind of like, I'll buy it for a while, and then if something else comes out, I'll just flip it and get 50% of my money back, and that'll go towards buying the next thing.
Yeah.
So this then allows you that. Then at least allows you to do that with this as well, if you wanted to.
Yeah, and I will say that with the OG Tonex, you don't need the registration. Like all of the models that are built into the unit itself, because it comes preloaded with a bunch of the different kind of IK models already in there.
Yeah,
and they are fine. I didn't find myself needing to go into the software to get anything that I needed to get out of it. So I imagine this is probably going to be the same. The stuff that they've got built into it sounds fantastic. So
yeah, it's just working out how to get to some of the stuff. It's going to be slightly more difficult than the Tonex, isn't it? Because there's no knob for me to either push or twist to change amps on the mini pedal.
Yeah. So you are going to be relying on your computer a little bit more to kind of for that initial setup. Yeah.
Well, let's hope they're more TC than they are Line 6. That's all I'll say.
I can't remember having too many issues setting it up, I'll be honest. It wasn't frustrating, so we is where we is. So I think we're probably going to be seeing a little bit more of this as the week goes on, and we may even do a follow up about this next week based on what we've seen and what we've heard. I think potentially could be a bit of a game changer for the whole modelling, modelling revolution, considering they're doing very, very decent amp modelling at this size. It's going to mean that a few units are going to have to really reconsider what they are doing.
Well, it's also at this price point, isn't it? Like there's nothing with the quality of sound that you can get on the IK Multimedia stuff at 175 quid that I'm aware of anyway.
Absolutely not. Look, the amp modelers that are about this price are the TC Ampworks line. And
yeah, or you've got the Boss IR2.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Which I imagine this sound quality wise will smash that IR2 out of the water.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. From what I heard of the IR2, it was good for the price. I don't think it necessarily stood up against it didn't stand up against the individual models of the TC, but it had more versatility than the TC stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely weren't as good as the Line 6 Helix stuff or any of that. So I would imagine that the Tonex would be absolutely smashing it. But yeah, we'll kind of report back. We'll have a listen to a few of these things, watch a few of the product demos, and see actually how easy it is to navigate it. And then we'll potentially come back, give our thoughts on it next week. But for this episode, I think that's us done. And I'm going to extend a thank you. I'm going to extend a thank you to Matt for for being patient with my, you won't have heard this, listener, but I've got an incredibly terrible cough that just comes on at the worst possible moments. So I'm going to extend a thank you to Matt for being patient with me for this entire episode.
It's absolutely fine. We've all been there at some point during this podcast. It's absolutely fine.
We have. Unfortunately, I'm at the keyboard and can press the marker button, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm going to extend a thank you to our listeners, you lot, for making it to the end of a podcast. We massively, massively appreciate all of you who put the time and effort in every week to follow us on this journey. So thank you. We're going to extend a thank you to our sponsor, which is affordable.co.uk. Just like follow Affordable on Insta or on Facebook, because the updates of the stuff, he's just like he's getting new stuff in like week on week. It's all fresh, and there's some pretty decent deals to be had as well. Like, I've mentioned it a fair few times today across a few of my platforms that we are really living in the golden age of pedals at the moment. Like, it's hard to get a bad pedal, because there's just like even the cheap ones are sounding decent. So it truly is the golden age.
Yeah.
And if you want like a like personally curated list of pedals kind of sitting at that £100 or under mark, go over to Affordable. Like, legitimately good stuff. Like, I'd be saying that even if they weren't sponsoring the show, because like I've used them before, and they're cool, and like looking after the environment as well with like eco-friendly packaging as well. We're going to extend a final thank you to our Patreon backers, who are amazing, just amazing people, who are putting faith in us to deliver this every week. Just, you crazy cats. For as little as $2 a month, you could be part of that crew too. Go on, do it. Just head on over to patreon.com/frettalk and see what the crack is. And our Patreon backers, of course, get a shout out every week on the podcast. And they are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Chef Tone Effects. We've got Mr. Huge Erection, Mr. Mike Oxlong,
hey,
and Mr. Gary Goldencock.
Hey.
Yeah. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. We've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, the Second Button podcast, and the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot, and we have got Mr. Jason Wharton of Jason Wharton 82, or Pedalboards of Doom at YouTube. Yeah. If you want to catch me online, I also am on YouTube. I also do some stuff with Pedalboards of Doom. But if you find me at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads. Is there any more? Is it just those?
I think it's just those.
Just those ones. It's enough. Honestly, it's enough. I can't do any more.
You might want to tell people your handle on those things, though. You've just said the platforms.
Yeah, I am, of course, at BudgetPedalChap with most of those things, or /BudgetPedalChap, depending on which platform. Just BudgetPedalChap. I was lucky enough to get all of the handles on that, because...
Nice.
Yeah. I think no one else in their right mind would be thinking, BudgetPedalChap, what? So I snagged those ones up. And of course, YouTube is the home to the No Talk or Tone series and the No Talk or Tone verses, which this week featured 2 brown pedals, just because they were brown. So...
and they just happened to sound roughly similar, yeah. And it worked all right.
Absolutely.
Accidentally.
Yeah. I mean, it would have still, like, if one was an overdrive and the other one was a phaser, I probably still would have done it. Just, which one do you think's better?
You've got it. On a random Tuesday when you've got a bit of time, you've got to do the Rusty Fuzz versus the Mojo Mojo.
Yeah, it's going to happen. These 2 pedals are brown. Discuss.
Yeah, the brown off. Which do you think sounds best? Yeah, everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Which one is the brownest? Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's not going to happen this week. Maybe not next week, but it will happen. Matt, where can we find you?
I am at heel_MattQ on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads.
Yeah. And X. Is it still?
Yeah, well, Twitter is. Yeah. What I will say, though, is if you're on Twitter and you're doing this thing of there's a whole fad on Twitter at the moment of saying something and then going the answer is look between these two letters on your keyboard, because the way the algorithm on Twitter works, even if you don't reply to a tweet, if you click on the button that pops open the keyboard to allow you to reply to a tweet, it counts as interaction. So it's engagement farming, and if you're doing it, I hate you. And I wish you were dead.
Nice.
That's how much I hate you, because every other thing that I see, because everyone is trying to engagement farm, it's just getting worse and worse. I'm opening it less and less and opening Threads more and more, and Threads just isn't quite there yet. There's still not quite that, well, I want to say player base, but that's because we were talking about video games earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have the player base of Twitter. Yeah. We'll go with that. It seems like there's something there, though, doesn't it? It seems like there's a spark of just, it might be something.
Yeah.
And I shared a picture of just something which was completely un-guitar related, about free water. And it didn't harm the interaction at all. Like, people just come to it and had their say. So, yeah. Just come along. It's a fun ride.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where we end the podcast for this week. So, myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. McQuine, say bye, not Dave.
Bye, not Dave.
Way. It will be a tatty bye. A good night for this week. So on a bit.
Bye.
My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home.
Way.
Work bad, am I right?